POPAVIST made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes. They go. She go. We go. They go. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like where the bread. What it do, people? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, then come on in. Over here, we deal with sports, hip-hop, interviews, POPAVISMs 101, and motivation. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then before you exit left, kindly hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. And if it's not your first time, you know how we do. You know how we start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We is in the end game, people. We in the end game because unfortunately, often, so many times, over and over and over and over again, we got to report on some crazy, wild shit involving the youth. But you're black, killing one another, fighting over, dumb shit. And the story coming out of New York City, out to BX stand up, but not for this though. Where a 13-year-old boy was gunned down, and he was the alleged target. They said it's over some gang shit. And, it happened Sunday. So, more news is coming out that he was arrested. Pictures is coming out with him holding a gun, and a little young girl is in the picture with him too, starting early, like for the, those type of individuals and that energy that it gives off, And it's just unfortunate because it's like, who's at fault when stuff like this happens? And you can say who's failing, who's at fault, why is it happening? And we, like, again, over and over and over. It's like a bad dream, like a bad record that keeps playing over and over and over. But the denominating factor in all of it, really, if you ask me, is it's not enough other influences out there in the streets to combat the shit that's going on with the youth. You know what I mean? What do I mean by? I mean more presence and not police presence. But more people that, been through the mill, they know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Those type of individuals to speak up. And then more people in the public eye, not wait for a travesty to happen when it's black and white, but then it's but you're black, everybody's, pro-black. When a shit like this happens, that's when the rally cry needs to happen. That's when we need to speak out like, nah. And then the thing is, too, is where's the father at? Where is the uncles, the older cousins? If they, if he had that. And his name was Jaryan Elliot, you know what I mean? And then you got to say from what they're saying, this all is alleged. Again, I'm not a reporter, Lee is not a journalist. I see the stories like y'all, you know what I mean? I'm from NY, so when you see shit like this, you say, damn. And then, people posted on their pages, their platforms, some, not all, because again, I hope they remember you. A lot of this shit is talked about for a hot second. And then it's on to the next. Whether it's distraction, whether it's another unfortunate story, because this shit happened all the time. And I say it on the channel jokingly, but it really that's what a lot of people, how they process it. It's like niggas get killed every day. So to be in outrage or to be shocked and amazed because they like he was the intended target. Honestly speaking, I'm not shocked and amazed. And I be trying to not get desensitized when you see stories like this, but if babies could get killed, like 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds, though they be straight bullets or they gunning for the father that do stupid things, right, that part. They get caught in the matrix. They're still younger than 13. I mean, when you in a picture with a gun and shorty is, and you don't want to cast no, aspersions and, what their life is like, what their life is not, just off a picture. But a picture can say 1,000 words, right? And then obviously video is even more indicative of what people may be about from what you're seeing in the video. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, so you in the photo, show, with your girlfriend or one of your little friends, and it's like, it's not nothing new. You want to see a dead body, those little kids and boys in the hood? When I was 13, 14, 15, these ages coming up, kids had weapons. Now, granted, they wasn't being recruited for some gang shit, but nonetheless, some people still, had burners. And then even after a while, I started having, weapons as kids. That's just the nature of it. Not saying it's right, not glorifying it. What I am saying is that this is not nothing new. It's just that now, because it's affiliations involved and ties is involved, and you beefing over territory that's not yours or colors or whatever it is, it's taken to another level. You know what I mean? But kids been carrying guns, and again, I'm not saying that okay, so we should continue that. What I'm saying is, for some of the comments like, oh, was intended, when we need to do this and we need to do that and we need to do something. Definitely need to do something, because can't keep going on like how it is. So my only thoughts, like always when stories like this come out, is how's the home? Who's raising them? Who's mentoring them? Do they have people in their life that they could talk to? Or is it just all the streets? Because it starts in the home, but then we all know that, the home is not the say all be all. Then the streets is going. Influences outside, music, your friends in school, people you meet, people on the other block, on the other blocks, the other projects, your network, all of these things factor in. Social media, the phone, programs that you watch, all this shit is programming engineering to, subconsciously or subliminally trick you on some other shit. And if you don't have nobody in your ear, not as a nuisance, so to speak, even though you have to parent the way you have to parent. Sometimes we too buddy, friendly, with the kids, and they don't know their place. And it's like, nah, you are a child, and you're going to be treated as such, because you're not an adult yet, and you don't want those adult problems, as we see as the adults that make it to be adults. We like, yeah, this shit ain't all what it's cracked up to be, and people be lost even as adults. Walking around like, I know what it's like to lose, to just keep getting beat up and put down. Like, damn, life is hard. You know what I mean? Some people got it harder than others, obviously. But the point is, it starts in the home, and then it branches out to the street. So we need more programs. You know what I mean? We need more mentors, more, other influences that can help combat the fuckery that be going on. So, rest in peace to the young brother. Obviously condolences to his family, to his friends, and because people in the comments like, yeah, little kids carry guns. And like I said, even as a young kid, people did things. They was doing things, involved in things that some people may be like, damn, what age was they? Or why was it? Yeah, this shit ain't nothing really new. But the thing is, how do you stop it? One of them is having more role models. One of them is having more people that they can respect, people that can talk to them on a level that they can understand and hear from. Not really up here on the couch, on the porch, looking down on some old man shit. And I think Generation X is like the gap between, because a lot of us done been through the mill. And if you still alive, you still blessed to have some type of, experience, of what it is. And like, oh, I know how this movie ends, still I'll play. Star rolling, whole Vito's way. It's just the life. Like, you're like, nah, I got 20/20 vision, hindsight. This is how it's going to turn out. You know what I mean? I've been to the future and seen this outcome 6,641 times. Don't go that route. Now, that may not always save somebody, but at least you tried. You know what I mean? At least you said, nah, let me speak, a word to the right. And certain people in the hood is doing that already. Like, I was outside today, shout out to Capital J, Shout outs to, know what I mean, MK212, you know what I mean? But just chilling over there, you know what I mean? In that little area, few of the young people come through, they give dap, they chop it up, they get a word from the right. I heard him give a few words to the right, like, nah, woo, 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 XYZ. So that's why they passing through. And then when you pass through other avenues, you know, you see old fools, you know what I mean? People that still ain't get it yet. So therefore, they passing down that shit to the people that's, you know, vulnerable and impressionable, and they looking up like, oh, word, you know what I mean? Like, they salivating at the mouth like, oh, yeah. It's like MC8, and what was this? Oh, yeah, Menace to Society. His character, he's as an OG, but when they was explaining, when they was introducing him into the, you know, the movie for the first time, or one of the times, or maybe after he was introduced, but the point is, when they was describing him, he was described as the old, you know, vet nigga, like, do mad dirt and all that. Kind of still do dirt, but don't just get off on seeing other people do dirt. One of them type of low-down, greasy, scoundrel-ass niggas. Like, that's the part that he played in the movie. And there's plenty of people out here like that. Like, their life ain't worth shit. They ain't shit. Like Tupac said, and Juice, I ain't telling you you ain't shit. I tell your mama, you ain't shit. And you ain't about nothing. And so it's easy for them to just push that shit off and make it seem like it's something to gullible, impressionable little kids. You know what I mean? That's just really what it is. And so again, where is the other voice tapping on the shoulder? Like, nah, that's not what it's about. This is what it's about, because the route you going is only going to end up over here. It's going to get you over there. So that's what it is. And I mean, those are my thoughts on when you hear stories like this. Talk more to your kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let them know that shit is not the wave, and don't be afraid to get up in their shit, because you don't want it. You don't want to come home to the news after working or just get that phone call that it's your child. Number one, that it's your child gunned down, especially if they're an innocent bystander and they're not even involved in the fuckery. That's what would make it worse. Because when they involved, you know, again, it's life loss is not a good thing. But we see some of the videos, they be like, he was a good, and it was that, and it was that. And you be like, nah, this motherfucker was a terror. Like, we not surprised that this shit happened. Then when it's people that's not involved in none of that, that's when it be like, damn, like, good kid. Like, sincerely and honestly a good kid. But when it's one of the bad kids, I'm not saying that, you know, their lives is less. But what I'm saying is, one trajectory, you already could see where it's going. And then the other one has a trajectory where it's not going, you know, down a path of destruction. So it's like, damn, you don't see that coming. So when it happened, it hits a little harder. You know what I mean? So, again, talk to your kids, you know what I mean? Don't let the streets raise them. Don't let YouTubers like me and whoever, you know what I mean, entertainers, athletes. Obviously, truth is truth, and, you know, you can take the truth and then throw the rest away. You know what I mean? Throw the bullshit away from no matter who it's from. But let your voice be the voice that's resonating the most. That's the best way you can save your kids. Then after that, you know, it's other people when it takes a village and all that. You know what it is. It's your boy, POPAVIST. You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.